Welcome, fellow travelers. It's Mickey Gold. Are you an empath? You might be. Being an empath means that we're super sensitive. We're highly attuned to other people's feelings, whether they be physical or emotional. Now, as a child, we might have been told we were too sensitive, so we might have blocked this ability that we have. And this could be totally a blessing. However, if we got made fun of by guardians, we might have repressed our emotions well with other emotions and shut those down. We might have shut ourselves off from never crying. We might have shoved off the ability to feel anger. You can name it. Sometimes this is where depression comes in. Sometimes this is where anxiety comes in. And if you've ever had a doctor look at you and run test after test and go, there's nothing wrong, and maybe you've been told or someone has said to you you're a hypochondriac, you possibly could be an empath. So some people who are empathic or empaths feel other people's physical sensations. And let me tell you, it's not always joyful. Most of the time, it's not joyful. Most of the time, when you're an empath, you get a lot of the negatives and not a lot of the goods, is the unfortunate thing. Because again, we learned as children to mute things. So pain and fear and all sorts of negative energy is usually a lot stronger than the good energy. So as an empath, you're usually bombarded with the not so great stuff rather than the good stuff, because if it was just all you felt was everybody's happiness, being an empath would be super sweet. So one thing to know as an empath is that you have to, your number one mission as an empath is to figure out who you are and what's yours. What do you feel? What do you like? What do you dislike? What is yours? When you feel a pain, is that yours? Or is that someone else's? When you feel these emotions, are they coming from you? Are they coming from somewhere else? Now, grounding is super important if you're an empath. And we've gone over grounding before, dropping tubes from your feet or your seat, or roots, just letting things go. Because sometimes when one's an empath, you're taking in lots of energy. And if your body's only a 40-watt bulb and you're getting hundreds and thousands of watts going through you, bad things are going to happen. So grounding is super important. You can do it first thing in the morning, you can do it middle of the day, you can do it after you're done, or all of the above. Releasing, letting go, feeling something, just touching it gently and letting it go. Because if it's a feeling we felt before, how much do we need to hold on to that again? Whether that be a physical feeling or emotional feeling. Acknowledge whether it's yours or whether it's someone else's, and let it go. Is what I found to be the super easy way to deal with being an empath. And then protection. Now, even though that this is more of an emotional thing, and just like with hypnosis and other things, this is for you. And whatever works, use your imagination. That's one of, besides being an empath, one of your greatest gifts that we're all given is an imagination. So one can imagine a color surrounding them. And you can imagine only certain things get through the field of that color. Because if you've been an empath your whole entire life, you've probably felt all the physical pain you need to feel. So you can imagine just getting the information, like, you know, like on the bottom of the TV, like when the news is going on, there's like little information popping up. You could just get that information instead of having to feel it, because you probably have already felt it before. Same with emotions. You can understand what people are going through without having to relive it again and again and again, like you might have so many times before. You can do things at the end of the day, because a lot of empaths are people who work with the public, whether you be a healthcare worker, trainer, group exercise instructor, mental health therapist, whatever it is, even people who are in customer service, a lot of us are empaths. And so it's really important, besides grounding, shielding, doing that sort of thing, is coming home to something that's yours. Think of Mr. Rogers. He used to change in and out of a cardigan when he came in and change his shoes. So it's really important, like, have a pair of slippers that are you, that you know are you. Like, I have a pair of rainbow maned unicorn slippers where its horn is glittery silver, and it has a glittery silver star around its eye on each foot, and that's definitely me. I also have a couple pairs of Crocs, and people tend to make fun of my Crocs, but whatever, that are definitely me. Things that are you, that you enjoy, to separate you, the healer, the healthcare worker, the giver, something to signify to the universe that you are done for the day, that you are taking in no more of this stuff, that you get to be just you. You don't have to take any of this energy in. Just like with any other gift, just like any other superpower, we have to learn. We have to learn to use it. And once we do, it's no longer a curse. Is it easy? No, for sure. And again, once again, just like the other video, it's simple. It's not easy. The hardest part, again, is getting to know you and figuring yourself out. And once you do, you feel lighter. When you figure out, wait, all this stuff was just this? It's pretty awesome to be able to disconnect and to find out who you truly are without anybody else's stuff added to it. You get to find out how special you are. And that's super awesome, super amazing. Well, until next time, peace, love, namaste.